Our industry, can sometimes feel unwelcome. So, in the beginning, while I was lucky, roles found me. And I say this with absolutely no sense of entitlement, which is what I try to teach to young actors, that you attend auditions and don't get the role doesn't mean you don't have the talent. It's not yours for the taking. Quite frankly, that's all you need. Create as best as you can a very comfortable working environment. Not everybody will have an EL budget, but you see, I have worked with a big budget. I have worked with a minuscule budget. And quite frankly, once you understand human nature and you have the emotional intelligence to continue to put your human capital first and foremost above every other thing, you're good. Hey everyone, my name is Ireti Doyle. I'm an actor and you're watching The Actor's Chair, brought to you by Shock Africa.
The Actor's Chair, powered by Shock Africa.
She has been on your screen for more than 3 decades, from Fuji House of Commotion, Riddles and Hope, Sitanda, and now she's crossing over to the other side of the bridge. I'm welcoming to the chair, Ireti Doyle.
Hello, Damilare. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So first off, I think one of my very first questions that I ask my guest on the show is, how are you doing and what is giving you joy in this particular season of the year?
I'm doing well. I'm not one to complain. I am doing as well as any average Nigeria can do, given our current socio-economic situation.
Yes.
What's giving me joy? The very fact that I'm alive, that I can wake up every morning. Every day is another opportunity to exist, to be, to live, to strive, to hope, to be better than you were yesterday. Amazing. So just the privilege of being alive in spite of everything gives me joy. Amazing. Every other thing is an add-on.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. So my very first section of questioning is in terms of your pivotal acting points. I know we talked about Riddles and Hope, but tell me your journey towards being a veteran actor who has done Nollywood productions, Hollywood productions. I saw a power clip this morning and I was like, oh wow, that is great. So tell me about that.
Pivotal moments. I'm going to be mischievous here. All it takes to be a veteran actor is to have many, many, many years under your belt. That's what it means to be a veteran, to be, to have longevity in whatever game it is that you're playing. But however, I think what you're speaking to is high points, high moments, moments that made a difference.
Absolutely.
This is me trying to decide how mischievous I want to be. Our industry, can sometimes feel unwelcoming. Especially when you arrive with a certain level of self-awareness. And it's not particular to our industry. I think it's a Nigerian thing.
Okay.
When you walk into a place with a certain level of self-awareness and you know how to comport yourself, and you come across as if you know, it is often misconstrued as arrogance. And you know how we deal with people who are perceived to be arrogant culturally. We shut them out.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, while I was lucky, roles found me. If you ask how I felt 31 years ago, the industry wasn't very welcoming. In fact, I was told point blank by a very, very senior colleague at the time that I should prepare myself. You're not going to be welcomed. Whoa. Like, what do you mean by that? Are you trying to say I can't? I said, no. It has nothing to do with your talent. Your talent is not in question. But initially, you will not be welcome. But if you persevere, your moment will come. So for many, many years, I would put in my work, and it will be we know she can, There was just that, stay there. We see you, but stay there. And I say this with absolutely no sense of entitlement, which is what I try to teach to young actors, that you attend auditions and don't get the role doesn't mean you don't have the talent. It's not yours for the taking. 1,000 of you have applied. Why do you feel
Yes.
entitled? But you're smart. You can see. You can see the level of talent at play. So the first pivotal moment, the major one, there were several. Sitanda was one because nobody had ever seen me like that before. It was an epic. She was a warrior princess. It was very hard to shoot. There was something about that character that made even some of my biggest critics go, okay, maybe, all right. But the point where it became 100% clear that Ireti Doyle is not a performer that can be ignored was in 2014, and the title of the project was 50, or is 50, produced by Mo Abdu's EbonyLife.
Interesting.
That was even I knew there was. Even I knew that there will always be a before and after 50 when you talk about my career. I actually made a post. We premiered the project in London at the British Film Festival, and I think it was the day of or the day before. I was just taking a walk and I sat on a bench and I actually made an Instagram post. I'm like, this day, there's some points in your career where you just know that there will be a before and an after. When 50 came out, there was no doubt. I'm like, not only can she act, she's box office gold, she's disciplined, she's done, she's this, she's that. And then very fast on the heels of 50 came the wedding party.
Amazing.
So that was it. It was solid. I had those two projects secured my spot, not only as a high-level performer, but as box office gold.
I want to talk about 50 and also the wedding party, especially the wedding party. The wedding party was huge. Did over 400 million at the box office by time. And it really brought about, the wedding culture and the mother-in-laws, the spending of wedding and all of that jazz.
And all the intrigue that goes on during such family gatherings. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. And for you, right, what was special about those projects and how they were treated and how your talent was brought to the screen that, made it this is a mark in Ireti Doyle's career?
All my international performances, were there any before that? With the exception, we're talking about 31 years of work. With the exception of any international project that took place before 2014, and I questioned that. Up until that point, I had never been on a set that ticked all the boxes. Production values, check. Actors' fee, check. Welfare, check. Costume, check. Director, check. Production,
The conditions were perfect.
It was a performer's dream. All you needed to do was imbibe the character.
Right.
Remember your lines. Come on set. Hot like fire. B. Bandele, God rest his soul. He was an absolute pleasure to work for and with, because he was not just a technical director. He would tell you exactly the emotion that he required. The production values were high. Treatment on set was exquisite. It was hard work, but I had fun. And the cast was chosen carefully. To my surprise, this is where a lot of producers get it wrong. And I can say this because I am a producer.
Yes.
Producers don't like to take criticism. When you criticize them, say, go and produce and see how easy it is. Sir, ma, we have produced. You can produce without becoming mean-spirited. Quite frankly, that's all you need. Create as best as you can, a very comfortable working environment. Not everybody will have an EL budget, but you see,
Ooh.
I have worked with a big budget. I have worked with a minuscule budget. And quite frankly, once you understand human nature and you have the emotional intelligence to continue to put your human capital first and foremost above every other thing,
else. Amazing.
you're good.
Because one of the intriguing things that I always generally like to ask is the depth of a performance. Because I mean, consumers know when they see something on screen and they're like, that hit the mark.
Respectfully, do they all the time?
So I mean, to a large extent,
Yes.
you generally would just
It's a feeling and it's subjective. Do you understand? It's a feeling.
right.
I can put up a performance here and it will affect everybody in this room differently. As long as I make you feel, as long as I'm able to evoke emotion in you, whatever that emotion is, as long as I'm able to keep you in my world and carry you on my character's emotional journey, my job is done.
Amazing. Because again, in terms of acting methods, and for you who has been, 31 years in this, that's like a life. I don't want to say lifetime, but like
A considerable amount.
baby.
Yes.
What carries your performance as Ireti Doyle?
My foundation is in theater.
Yes.
I studied theater arts in one of the most competitive universities when it comes to theater arts, University of Jos, open air theater. You will prove yourself. It is it's not just, you see, open air theater, UJ, is not just a training ground. You will learn humility. You will learn teamwork. You will learn perseverance. There was I was thinking about it when I was looking at your brief. I think it was year 2 or year 3, I can't remember. Workshop. Workshop is a 4-unit course. And it is a collective. That's the annual play that your class will put together. We all fail or pass collectively. And on this particular date, I think the title of the play was Chattering and the Song. And it's a big deal because not only do you perform, before your course mate, there is a jury made up of lecturers and, people like that. So that's not the place to fumble. So on this particular day, final exam, it started drizzling. Oh, no. So we kept going, you don't stop. Nobody told you theater.
The weather changed.
It started drizzling. Our lecturer was there with the jury and the audience. Kept on.
God.
And it got heavier. She kept looking at us. We kept on. At some point, she said, freeze! And we stood there, frozen. Do you know the level of discipline it takes to remain frozen in your last pose while your lecturer determines whether the rain will stop or we should continue? And as we froze there, the rain was getting heavier and people began to leave. When she saw that people were beginning, okay, freeze. We shall do this again tomorrow. So it was, you see, that's where my that's where I got my training. Then too, I often say that it doesn't matter what career I chose. If I was a primary school teacher, I will bring the same level of dedication to that job as I do to my acting, for the simple reason that it is my job. It is what I am paid to do. I take pride in my professional integrity. I want to leave a trademark. Once you pay Ireti Doyle to do a job, just go and sleep. So a lot of rehearsal, I get to know my characters intimately. I am not afraid to ask questions. I do not assume that just because I have 3 decades of experience, I know what you want to do on your set. So I try to arrive on every set tabula rasa, meaning blank, like I don't know anything. Oga director, EP, how we want to do
What's
it
the
for
show?
here?
What's the workflow?
What's your style? How do we do?
Yes.
Only when I see that they are struggling, because let's be honest, there are a lot of, it has nothing to do with youth. There are a lot of novices in the game who have a lot of money and a lot of passion and desire to make it in the industry. They don't necessarily understand all the elements that
The craft.
that come into the craft, that come into production. I'll give you an example. I think it was about 3 years ago, a young girl who had done work in Asaba came to Lagos, and I'm quoting her, I want to shoot a Lagos film. I said, okay, no problem. The story was great.
Okay.
Everything was fine. I took the job, one, because the story was great, and then two, her passion. You could see this young girl, oh, mama, I just want to do that. I said, okay, fine, we'll do this. I moved into the hotel. Day one, I didn't shoot anything. Day two, I didn't shoot anything. Day three, I now called the guy. I was like, what's going on? What is it? Okay, where is your shooting schedule? Let me see. Ma. She didn't know what to shoot. She was a producer that didn't know how to create a shooting. She didn't have a shooting schedule. I looked at her, it was a choice. It was either to become frustrated, pay them back their money and leave,
Right.
or
Hold that.
use this, as a teachable moment. So I said, go ahead, go bring paper, go bring barrel.
Right.
And I began to put her through. How do you shoot without a schedule? Don't you have a plan? And when we wake up, the people who are here, that's how you want to do it? Okay, it's not going to work. So only when I get on a set, I'm very observant.
Right.
I don't know any actor that doesn't people watch. That's a great way to do research. Only when I see that they're struggling, then I try to offer
Help.
my whatever know-how
Right.
I feel is appropriate in the time, politely, respecting everybody's area of jurisdiction.
Yes. Yeah. I think my final question in terms of, like the pivotal acting point was 1929.
Oh, yeah. I was going to mention that. Yeah.
Tell me about 1929.
1929. I mean, there's some scripts that fall into your lap and it's an automatic yes. You don't even, I mean, this is an historical piece. You had to portray a very powerful woman who looms large in our national history.
Right.
It was hard going. It was one of the few times where I say the transformation was complete. It was so complete, I didn't look like the same person. It was very hard going for the fact that, it's very easy. Well, let me speak for myself. And let me speak. It's easy to come up with a fictional character in your head, right? You're my director, I'm the artist. You've told me that this woman is in her 50s and she speaks pretty condensed.
Yep.
And I will ask you what her temperament is. Oh, she's irritable. Oh, she's sweet. That's easy. But when you now call me and say, come and portray Damilare, you exist.
Right.
People know you.
Right.
People know your mannerisms. People know how you sound. Do you understand? I can't mess that up. So there was a lot of work. And just like Sitanda, it wasn't shot in any glamorous environment. It was shot on location in a very historical place in Otu. I think that's in either Cross River State or what's the brother of Cross River State?
I remember.
Okay, you'll find it out. It's Akwa Ibom, either Akwa Ibom or Cross River State. Itu local government.
Right.
Is Nigeria.
History.
It's a historical spot. One of the Queen of England landed there. Oh. The buildings that are there till today are colonial buildings. Till today. Itu is where we shot. It's standing at the confluence of the Atlantic, one river, and hey God, tell me how you will not play. So yeah, that was pivotal as well. And that projects like Sitanda, like 1929, um, allowed me or gave me the opportunity to show range. Same thing with Fuji House of Commotion, because prior to Fuji House of Commotion, everybody used to dismiss me. She can only act herself. She's acting herself. Posh, posh. Cross leg, posh, posh. when, when I got down and dirty at Fuji, I was like, no way. Yeah.
I watched the clip of Fuji House. I loved the show, by the way. 7:30, AIT, NT, or whatever I aired. Everybody in the family sat down to watch
Yes.
Fuji House.
Amaka Igwe did great with that. God rest her soul.
That was good. That was good. And I want to ask you, why do we still have another Fuji House of Commotion type of sitcom on air right now?
I don't know. You know, Fuji House of Commotion was so unique because, one, it was pulled out of a major show, remember? It was pulled out of Checkmates. It's a spin-off, right? And then,
Interesting.
unlike other series, Fuji House of Commotion had something for everyone. It didn't matter how old you were, whether you were 60 or whether you were 10 or there was a character. Do you understand? There was a character you could relate to. And then also it captured the family dynamic the same way the wedding party captured all the dynamics. I think one of the reasons why both projects are so successful is that when you watch them, you recognize yourself, or you recognize a relative or an auntie or an uncle, or that my silly younger brother that's always stressing me. You know, so yeah, very relatable. So as to whether or not there's another one like it, I don't know.
Awesome. Because to be honest, I think I want to talk to you about the state of TV in Nigeria and even in Africa as general. You are a TV queen. Tinsel, everybody was watching Tinsel every day. Yeah. And it begs to the point of, is it that audiences are moving towards TV and everybody's on their phones now, or there's not just something on air that is really grabbing people?
Moving to or moving away from TV?
Moving away from TV.
I think that's because, generally speaking, the way we consume our media has changed.
Right.
We're in the digital era. So everything is on your phone. We're always on the move. And quite frankly, we're literally always on the move.
Yes.
So for you to sit down and invest in a TV show, you have to be at home for a bit, which is why a lot of channels, DSTV for instance, is on on your phone. You can get it on your phone.
Right.
But I won't say it's necessarily dying, because hey, you're watching Netflix on your TV.
Yeah.
If anything, I think it's another reason is because we're spoiled for choice.
Yes.
There is so much out there to choose from. There's so many different streaming platforms to choose from. Do you understand? We're spoiled for choice. But TV still has its core viewership. I believe. I don't have the statistics. I don't have the numbers. I cannot categorically tell you that TV is dying because, hey, this is a Tinsel season 18, 19.
Good gracious God.
And I have young people telling me, oh, my mommy and my daddy are your fans.
Yes.
So
awesome. I want to talk about 3 projects that I really think, maybe because there wasn't a proper press coverage for it and all of that jazz. To Kill a Monkey, Inspector Babala. I think that was an interesting characterization. Because we see politics in the police system, or like it's not we're seeing you as in Black Book, you are a police officer on the leading an investigation, right? But this time around it's different, where you're playing against a colleague.
2 things have to draw me before I choose a project.
Right.
The story and then the character you give me,
Right.
Your script and your character Bible, which is essentially just a document that describes your character
Everything about,
in total, should give you some sort of insight into what makes this particular police officer different from the last 3 that you play. And where that is lacking, because you will not always be presented with a character Bible. It's not every time that something special will stand out in the script. So if that is the case, you have a conversation with your director. What is so unique about this character? Why, you ask questions, try and source your director out. Caveat, not every director is particular about theatric performances. Some pay more attention to technical values. Do you understand? So you might not, I'm telling you my process. You might not always get that direction from your director. And if you don't, then it's entirely up to you to sit down and say, okay, the last time I played police officer, I did this, I did that, she was like this, she was like that, she was like this. Okay, what can I do differently to set this character apart? And then it becomes your responsibility to portray that character differently from how you portrayed the last, so that you are not relegated to being a stock character.
Yes, awesome. And then I also want to talk about Coach Bola in the new project, The Other Side of the Bridge. So tell me, when was the first time you heard about this project? And
Demi came and said he's doing a film. I have nothing but respect for him. He's a gentleman through and through. And there's some people who, when they approach you, you pay attention. Oh, okay. Boxing in this Nigeria. Why do you want to do it? But I say, he has a story to. I'll say, okay, fine. What can I possibly do in a boxing film? And he goes, I want you to be my coach. And I was very excited. Who is a coach? Someone who teaches, inspires, supports, strengthens, chastises when need be. That's not far-fetched. We just need to do it within the confines of a boxing ring.
Yes.
So, and also as a performer, at the stage I'm at, I also like to do things that are different. Acting is fun for me. It gives me the opportunity to be different people. I had never been in a boxing ring before, so it was great. I said yes. I had to learn how to stand like a boxer. I had to be able to throw it. So it was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
But as to who the character is, the only thing different from her or different about her is that she's a boxing coach.
Yes.
Do you understand? And that's the boxing ring is where she teaches, encourages, supports, and chastises. She's just a mother figure, but a boxing coach.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So now I want to move into selling the dream. And basically it's just, the complicated business of being an actor and rates negotiation, management. One thing that I find interesting is you've had 10 years of broadcasting. You were from corporate before you now moved fully into acting, or maybe it was side by side and all of that jazz. Did that in any way influenced your starting rate as somebody in the business?
Okay, I began as a gopher. You know what a gopher is?
What's that?
The lowest of lowest production assistant. Now with a bash cable, with a roll cable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's how I started. And then writing came second. I write. So I told my EP director at the time that, hey, I write. If an opportunity presents itself, I would like to do so.
Yes.
So an opportunity presented itself. It was a simple script in the TV series that was being produced at the time that was supposed to be between 3 people, but one person wasn't going to make it. So it was like a test, like, okay, change, rewrite this episode, or rewrite these scenes so that it's a two-man scene as opposed to 3. And I did it really well. And that's how, I started writing. Then I was a production assistant.
Yeah.
I had that experience. From being a production assistant in that company, the one year was like, okay, we're going to produce 2 shows.
Good.
So you take this one. You, Ireti, go and produce a fashion show at me. Fashion show, what do I know about production? But that's how it is. Somebody will just see your potential and throw you in the deep end.
Yep.
So I had to learn production from scratch, which kind of, you know, which informs why I tend to be so level-headed on set. I know what's going on behind the scenes. I can tell when they're struggling. I know when they're faffing about. And you can lend yourself. I can help you manage me. Right. Then after that, I was privileged to become a presenter. I presented several shows for many years.
Yes.
Today on STV.
Yes.
There was one major one on NTA Channel 5. I can't remember it right off my head. So Nimasa this week, I had a lot, and I even produced my own show, Oge with Ireti Doyle,
Yes.
which ran for over 10 decades and 2 years post that.
Wow.
So did it help me learn how to negotiate? Not quickly. What it did do automatically was because I had built a name and an image, some sort of, I had presence as a presenter.
Yes.
So that gave me a bit of leverage. So they wouldn't approach you the way they would approach other people, greenhorns. So that gave me a bit of leverage. Some of my goriest stories in this career are related to management or lack thereof. If you ask me, as an actor, what the weakest link in the entire value chain of production from an actor's point of view, I would tell you that it is representation, management. Not too many managers know what they're doing. So I have stories for days, but let's not get into that. I had to learn. I had to learn to advocate for myself. I had to learn to call their bluff. I had to develop the courage to demand for what I thought was equitable. And I had to learn to say no and mean it, even when my voice was shaking, even when your account balance was low. And you know that this 250K will cover me for a few days, but no, I want to move out from that bracket to the next. So you're gonna have to say some no's. You're gonna have to play hardball at some point. But you can only do that when you have built yourself to a certain level, when you command that respect. Yeah.
Because one of the things that I also find fascinating is the determination of the bankability of an actor. Where if I bring this particular actor on board, does my ROI shoot up, and can I see the ROI in my bank account?
Yeah, it gets to that point, and that's what a lot of young actors don't understand. Somebody has built a career spanning 31 years. You forget that in that period of time, they have also grown a fan base who believe in the quality of their work and who say, oh, if Damilare is on this project, we're going to go watch. That is what the producer is paying for. Right. So, young actor, you need to build up not just your body of work, but build up your audience. Do you understand? Right. Build up a following. And that is what determines the difference in fees. You can cast somebody as lead who will have 80% of the screen time, and all I do is a cameo appearance, and I will certainly earn more because it is my name and face that they will use to drive and sell the project. Some of us have even built our careers and our profiles to the point where producers come and ask you to sign a letter of intent so they can go and show it to potential investors. Like, oh, I have so person on standby, and the investor say, okay, if this person is in this room, it's likely to work. Yes. So you need to know your worth as an actor. You need to be fully aware of what you're building, what your worth is, and what you bring to any given project. Yes. Otherwise, people will just take undue advantage. They will use you, suck you dry, and toss you away like an empty shell. And that's what we're trying to avoid.
Yes. I also have a curious question on the business side of acting and negotiation rates. What's the highest that somebody has said, you know what, I want Ireti Doyle on my TV show, on my film, or my project, and this is the amount I'm willing to put to this.
Are you asking me to reveal my fees?
Yes, I am.
I will never discuss my fees on camera. Never
Can we
ever.
get a range?
Nope, my lawyer will kick my butt. No, my fees are none of my business. And you see, that's another thing, right? Um, when we speak about best global practices, these are conversations that I have with young people, my children especially. Everything that you think you've learned everywhere, you need to come and be able to apply it here. And before you can apply it properly here, you have to be fully aware of the nuances, right? So we do things for different reasons. You can come now and say, Mansiriti, I have a project. Okay, you have a project. Show me your story. I like your story.
Right.
I see your passion.
Right.
But Auntie, I don't have money. Okay. I can choose to be involved for different reasons. Not everybody I work with is able to pay my market value.
Yes.
Not everybody I work with, I insist on taking my full market value. I do different projects for different reasons. I step out for different reasons. I get paid to come and speak. I get paid to come and teach.
Right.
If you invite me someplace and you can't afford my fee and I look at your project, oh, it has to do with young people. Oh, upcoming actors. Oh, young indigent girls. It's fine. So to sit here and say, this is what I won't even do that. Because who told you that what I charge today is what I will charge tomorrow? So no, I won't discuss fees. But am I paid well? Yes.
Awesome.
Madam, sir producer, put your money in your pocket before coming to talk.
You heard that. Final question on selling the dream, right, is for you as Ireti Doyle, what's the mark of success for you?
What is success? You know, every time I ask that question, what is success? What is success? Are we talking professionally now? Because if we're talking life holistically, is that what are you talking about? As an actor, success is you know, for me is when I set out 31 years ago, right? My mission statement was simple and very clear.
Okay.
I am going to be one of the important actors to come out of Africa.
Yes.
I would say mission accomplished.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for it. I'm building a new dream. I'm building a new dream.
What's the new dream?
The older I get, the more autonomy I require in my life, professionally. And you've stayed in this business long enough, you know that the real power lies behind the camera. Yes. So I'm going deeper and deeper into production. I EP'd my first series. African Magic gave me that opportunity. It was like doing a postgraduate course in business and film combined in 12 months. Yeah, that stretched me. And then year before, I shot my first film. It's a short. I'm currently in conversation with various distribution channels trying to get it out there.
Awesome.
So, and then we do have a number of projects at different stages of development.
Yes.
The short answer is I'm going fully into production.
Amazing.
So I own my own stuff and create opportunities for upcoming actors the same way opportunities were created for me.
Amazing. Because a follow-up to that is also talking about distribution, right? So the idea of how does a talent break into mainstream appeal, right? Where for you, I think your mainstream appeal broke from TV, Tinsel. Would you say?
Well, oh my God! Let me tell you what TV, and that's something. Fortunately, I had some sort of appeal from Fuji House of Commotion.
Yeah.
Then Oge with my TV show.
TV.
And all of this, I wasn't even aware. that this following you see that's the downside of approaching everything like it's a job. Because if it's a job, maybe when you come to work, you do your work. When it's 5 p.m., you close
Out.
and you go home.
Yep.
You're not, you're not paying attention to
The
what's being
noise,
said. I had a
yes.
huge following already. But what Tinsel did, or what Tinsel does, because it's still doing it,
yeah.
is that it airs at the same time in 48 countries on the African continent and some other countries beyond
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
On Sunday, if you miss it, there's the omnibus. So you're literally being projected into people's homes every single day. You do that for 2-3 years, you become a household name. Period. Do you understand? It's a show glass that money cannot buy. Do you know how many movies you have to act that have to be a roaring success before you become a household name on the African continent? And as we speak, Tinsel is the longest running show on the African continent. So, you cannot write you cannot talk about my career without giving Tinsel, African Magic, and Sheila Ade Williams. Sheila Guardia, that character. Give her props.
Come on.
I mean, until something else of that scale comes along, that's my swan song.
Awesome. Ireti Doyle, thank you so much.
I've had a great time. Yeah.
One more thing before we finally wrap up. All right. So green flag, red flag. My very first question or scenario is, if somebody comes to you and they say, "Oh, I don't watch Nollywood." Tell me about that.
It's no longer a flex. People used to say, "We don't watch Nollywood." It's no longer a flex. Your loss. Have you seen the quality of stuff that's coming out these days? Nollywood that Bogbeyon coach around the globe. You don't, please. Next question.
Next question. Second green flag, red flag question is, in terms of somebody hired you to do a job, and on the first day of set, they tell you, "Oh, so sorry, we're no longer doing this again." Let's start with green. Why green?
I'm a producer. So my first inclination would not be to be something would irritate me, because unless you're just finding out that you're not going to shoot again when I got there, I'm assuming that whatever collapsed the night before.
Right.
So your job, your production manager's job is to get the word out there. Where we have a bit of a challenge.
Yep.
Please stand down, especially if it's an early morning call time. Because if I need to get somewhere for 7 a.m., that essentially means that I'm up by 4.
Yes.
So that would be my irritation.
Yes.
But at the same time, I will also be concerned, what is the issue? First and foremost, because one, I've been paid to do a job.
Yep.
So I want to know what the issue is. Are we still doing this? 2, for me, time is money. Do you understand?
Right.
If this day has been blocked out, for me to block out this day, that means other things have been set aside. Yes. So I would seek for clarification, and only if you're utterly, utterly, utterly foolish and useless and burning somebody else's money would you cancel a day's shoot just for the heck of it. Usually, there's more to it. And my job, once I'm part of my job, my self-acclaimed job, once you've commissioned me to be on your set, is to find ways to make your life easy. Production is hard work.
Very hard work. Very hard work.
Very hard work.
Third question. Bring your costumes to set. Tell me about that.
The heck?
We don't have money. Please bring your
No, then don't shoot. Don't shoot. You don't have money. Is the cameraman giving you camera for free? Is the sound man giving you mic for free? Are you using lights for free? Why is it when it comes to the actor that you want to take advantage? I see them, costumers. Meanwhile, they've paid you. They've been paid. It might not be, but you've been paid. You collected that money. But you now, you won't even do it with humility. As a professional performer, I have a bag. That's my EA right there. I have a bag when I'm going on set. It will contain at least one pair of black shoes, all my underwear, full bra, half bra, tights, underskirt, because, do you understand? Those are my private items. I would feel very uncomfortable wearing somebody's innerwear. So I have that prepared. I have my own makeup and my makeup brushes because my skin is sensitive.
Right.
And not too many people pay close attention to it. Some people even say, why am I bringing my costumes? What are you producing? You're not ready. It is okay for you to say, Auntie, okay, we have a scene tomorrow. We have these jeans. Are they your size? They don't fit. I will tell you, okay, no. I have the perfect pair. I'll bring my jeans.
Right.
Please provide. Let me augment if I want to. But as EP, it is your job to provide. Let's stop all this nonsense. You want my time, you want my name, you want my image, you want my social media pages, then I should bring costume. How you take the EP now? I beg, don't piss me off.
Next question.
Red flag.
Next question is a Hollywood script that wants you perform an accent that doesn't have any relation to do with Africa or no African references.
What's bad about that? It just stretches your... Are you asking me to play an African? That's another thing, man. You are an actor. You're paid to act. And you're not acting in a vacuum. You have a director. His job is to tell you what to do. We can rub minds, and I can tell you, this it might be better this way. If he insists, oh boy, you've paid me to take directions. That's what I'm paid to do. And I will do it to the best of my ability. I don't have problems. For me, that's another thing that irritates me. You read the script. You should have done your due diligence before time. You know what is required. You sign on. Then you now come on set, and that's when you be, but. My friend, shift. You give it when you approach me, the first thing I ask for is your script.
Yes.
I buy into your story. Okay, which character do you want me to play? I look at the character. If I'm not very clear about do you have a character Bible? I study that. My spirit chooses it. I have chosen it. Let's go. I'm not going to develop a tabishubon halfway down the road. That is unprofessional. So, and me being required to do a different accent also stretches me as a performer. Every time I'm asked to do something out of my comfort zone, I seize the opportunity with both hands. It just adds more flavor to you. It gives you muscles that the next actor doesn't have.
Yes. Awesome. My final question, which is not going to be a red flag, because I just remembered I should have asked this question. When are we seeing Ireti Doyle in another epic?
I have no idea. Let somebody write it.
You say it's the camera.
Somebody write it. Somebody come for me. Yeah. But make sure your money is complete.
Yes,
because epic is not sexy to shoot. It's a lot. It's hard work. It's hard work. Yeah.
Ireti Doyle, thank you so much.
Thank you, Damilare. I've had a great time. Thank you for having me.
The Actor's Chair. Powered by Shock Africa.